It's horrible. And I hate seeing other people go through it. And I know people don't talk about it, and I know why they don't talk about it. People assume that it's because you live way beyond your means, but it doesn't take much for it to suddenly become beyond your means, but it wasn't when you started. I was a day rate contractor, earning a decent amount of money, so didn't really have any worries at all. A few credit cards and a bank loan, but nothing that I couldn't manage. My first worry when work started to dry up was keeping a roof over my head, paying the mortgage, feeding myself and looking after the dog. Credit cards for me have always been and are a luxury thing. They're not something you use to survive day to day, but that's what they became. I started to have to make choices. Do I eat this week? Do I pay the mortgage or do I pay the electricity? I kind of isolated myself, stayed in the house and sat in the living room. Cried, forgot to open the door, didn't open the door, was terrified of opening mail. I turned to advice from a friend. That was when I was at my lowest point, and that's when she said to me that I should seek help, which is what I did. It is almost like it was yesterday, I don't think you ever forget. I was anxious and didn't know what to expect. But it's probably one of the best calls I've ever made in my life, to be honest. The lady that picked up the phone was very good. She was very patient. She didn't judge in any way whatsoever and reassured me that I wasn't beyond help and there was certainly something that they could do for me. After I spoke to the advisor, it was decided that the best approach was the debt management plan. Having the creditors dealt for me on my behalf, it took a huge weight off my shoulders. All the phone calls stopped and then eventually the letters stopped coming, so that made a huge difference, yes. One of the great things about being on a debt management plan is that it is flexible. I was advised that if my circumstances changed, you can just make adjustments to pay more or less depending on your circumstances, which I felt really, really useful. My advice would be to seek help as soon as you can, and I would certainly unhesitantly recommend StepChange. Yeah. Quite frankly, without that help, I don't know where I'd have ended up. I might have lost everything. I genuinely don't know and don't want to think about where that could have led without the help. It was one of the best calls I ever made, and it did change my life for the better.